Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I don't know when you're watching this. I just had a shower. I am waiting for a call back from the unemployment people so I can file for unemployment during my fun employment period of time. And I hope that you will stick around and listen to the trial updates. I've got a really interesting trial that started in federal court. I want to tell you about it. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's Crafting Journey, a Journey Chick on Instagram, and the leftovers on my other YouTube channel where the link is down in the description. So I am trying a new way of recording today. Cross my fingers, I hope it works. Yes, because yesterday I had some issues with the sound. So this morning, I've had breakfast, I've had my coffee. Yeah, I was on hold all morning with the unemployment office, trying to file for unemployment. Now, as you know, I'm fun employed, trying to start my own business, and it is going well. It's picking up, which I'm encouraged. I have 4 things to drop off at. I have to go to UPS and I have to go to the post office today, and then I have 1 thing that sold this morning. So it's encouraging. And if you guys purchase anything, please let me know that you're a subscriber so I can include some extras, in your package. And also, please don't forget to leave me positive feedback if you've purchased something and I didn't know about it. So, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? So first of all, let me show you what I'm up to. Yes, you are seeing a different canvas here on the table. Last night, I've been going through these diamond art clubs and deciding which ones I want to sell. I've already sold one of them, Enchanted Forest. There's about maybe 6 others that are listed in my eBay store. If you want to see what's listed from Diamond Art Club in my eBay store, there's a link to that down in the description. So I saw this one and I thought, oh my gosh, I got it out. I looked at it. I'm like, oh, it's a partial. I'm going to do this one for Halloween. And no, it's not a landscape, but you know what? It's a snack painting and I just need kind of a break from the big landscapes. So I thought I would work on this week and then I'll get my landscape back out and I'm just going to alternate them so you're not always looking at the same canvas. So here is this canvas. Now, it's just the kitten, the shoe, the books, and the crystal ball that you diamond paint. Now, I've already diamond painted this area of the crystal ball right here. I am doing the entire crystal ball in Aurora Borealis. And then what I plan to do in his little wand is 3371, which is a dark brown. Goes around the outer edge, and in the inner edge I'm going to put gold, just kind of give it a little magical touch. So what I have not done, and I thought I would do today, is put down some release papers, because I hate this plastic, honest to God. So none of this here I have to diamond paint. It's just nice fabric canvas. So I'm going to pull this off because I really, really hate the plastic. Okay. Ugh. And it makes so much noise. Oh my God. All right. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Sorry. Okay. So, and I don't have to put these everywhere. Just in certain places. Now, what have I got? I don't know where my other release papers are. I seem to have misplaced them. But I think I have enough of these that I can do this. So we're just going to cover the spider that's down here. So I don't have to do the entire canvas because it's a partial. So we're just going to do oh my goodness. And my good friend Mickey, she's starting a Halloween painting too. And she was like, how do you use these release papers? She's never used release papers before. And I'm having quite a time with it here. My goodness. Getting them lined up. They don't have to be lined up, but you know, it's nice when you do line them up. So how was everybody's Monday? I'm telling you, I was incredibly busy yesterday. Just with getting things listed, getting things packaged. I had to go buy some more packaging supplies, which I'm going to say are not cheap. So now I know why I charge for shipping and handling to pay for those packaging fees. My goodness. All right. And then last night, I just relaxed in bed and played World of Warcraft. I'm up to level 12. I'm so proud of myself. I know. You're like, Rebecca, that's a waste of time. I know. I'm going to put some Crashley papers in here. If you want to order some of these release papers, there is a link down in the description to Crashley's site. Okay, apparently I don't have enough. Well, okay. I'll find them. I'll find them. So I have enough to work on the wand here because I'm going to work on the wand. I have more somewhere. Where are they? What's here? I have some more. I got more Crashleys. One more. Okay, that'll help. I can cover that part up. All right, they're here somewhere. Oh, what am I doing? I got a whole thing of white ones right here. There we go. Let's pick that one up. Let's just put another white one here. Yep, they're all mixed up, and I really don't care. But I do have some Halloween ones. I just gotta find them. I don't know what I did with them. I know they're in this mess over here. This mess, yeah. So I wanted to update you guys on the live trials, and there are a lot. And I realize, you know, maybe I'm covering too much, but I'll try to kind of like just give you a quick synopsis of each trial in case you've forgotten, you know, who's who and what's what and who's on first and what's on second and all that good stuff. So first is the George Wagner case. Let me get to that. Oh, I missed looking up, researching the Alex Jones case. Oh well, I'll get to that tomorrow. If I forget to update you today, I will update you tomorrow. So, first of all, George Wagner's ex-wife. Well, first of all, let me tell you what George Wagner is on trial for. George Wagner IV is on trial for conspiracy to commit murder and murder of 8 members of the Roden family at 4 different crime scenes. Because these 8 people lived at 4 different sites. So, George Wagner's family, his mother Angela, his father Billy, and his brother Jake, who had a relationship with one of the Rodens, Hannah Roden, and they had a daughter named Sophia. So there was a custody dispute over this daughter. And the Wagners wanted custody of the daughter, and she actually happened to be with Angela Wagner when the murders occurred. So Angela has already pled guilty, and she's serving a 30-year sentence, and Jake has already pled guilty. He is serving 8 life sentences. Let me put this right here. 8 life sentences. Let me repeat that. 8. Good gravy. Yeah. So they're both expected to testify against George. Probably this week, I'm thinking. Yeah. So yesterday, George's ex-wife testified. She said that this family was very controlling. Her name is Tabitha Clater. Now, they had a son together, she and George. They got married, and she moved in with him and his family, the whole gang. And she said Angela everything was her way or the highway. Yeah. And that, like she wouldn't let her sleep with George. They could only sleep together if they were going to procreate. She would actually kick her out of the bedroom with George. That's kind of odd. Very, very odd. I'm turning on my light pad so I can see the symbols. I don't like this light pad. I really don't. So hopefully there's an Amazon sale this weekend and I can get a better light pad. Okay, back to the Wagners. So yeah, so she testified in that he was very, very controlling. That at one point, Angela, and the Wagner family actually had Tabitha help them move specific things that they didn't want to get burned out of the house. Then they burned their house down and collected $250,000 in insurance money. Oh boy. So this was not a very nice family. Then next to testify was a very good friend of Billy Wagner, the father, and he testified that he had been to the Wagner home before the murders and looked and saw that there was bulletproof vests and guns, and he thought, this is strange, and he didn't report it to anybody until after the murders occurred, but he has been cooperating with the police since then. Interesting. Okay, so that is the George Wagner case. Then we have the Nikki Sue Entzel case. Nikki Sue had an affair with Earl Howard, and they plotted, conspired to kill Nikki's husband, Chad. Chad. Yes, I'm sorry, but it's been a really rough morning. In fact, I usually have this video out by now, and I'm just now recording it. So there was testimony yesterday. Oh, from the investigating officers. They're kind of like trying to tie up all the loose ends towards the end of the testimony and just put all the pieces of the puzzle together for the jury. And one thing that they showed the jury was a YouTube video that Nikki shared with Earl Howard. And right before the murders, she shared this with him. And the YouTube video was a woman that was yelling at her husband, but she stops yelling at him when he says, "I just bought you a new car." And she's like, bursts into tears, and she's hugging him and kissing him. And then she runs out to the car and gets in the car, and the car blows up. Which, oh God. So, I don't even know what to say to that. I'm speechless, but this is the video that they shared between them, and that prior to the murders, Nikki actually was searching a local. Well, it wasn't prior to the murder. They had already done the murder, but this was prior to her calling in the 911 for the house fire. Just like right before she calls 911, she's searching funeral homes, and then she calls 911. Yeah. And we heard the 911 tape earlier in the trial, and it was very interesting because she was very kind of nonchalant at the beginning of the call, and then she remembers, oh, she's supposed to be emotional, and she gets all emotional. Yeah, so that's that case. Then I want to tell you about a new case. I know, you're like, no, not a new case. Yes, a new case. But this is in federal court, so but you cannot watch it. I have to rely on reporters to tell me what has occurred in this case. But this is the trial of 5 of the leadership of the Oath Keepers for what transpired during January 6th for a seditious conspiracy against the government. And they've had a lot of these January 6th trials, but this is supposed to be like the most famous one, I guess you would say. So Stuart Rhodes was like the general of the Oath Keepers, and they were stockpiling all these weapons just outside of Washington D.C. At a hotel in Virginia for the purposes of, I don't know. So they had concocted a plan that there would be an armed rebellion at the behest of Donald Trump. They were waiting for instructions from Donald Trump, but they had their goal was to stop Congress from certifying the election, that Joe Biden had won the election. So they were backing President Trump. They were backing President Trump's bid to stay in office, but they decided to take matters into their own hands. So they set up this stockpile of weapons. When the rioters started going towards the Capitol, they just blended right in. One of the 5 that is on trial, their name is Kelly Meggs, and his goal once he got into the Capitol was to find Nancy Pelosi. And he actually said he wanted to see her head rolling down the steps of the Capitol. So they had assembled teams of dozens of people that day to assist in this plan that they were going to carry out. Now, the defense says that the prosecution is exaggerating and they're misleading everyone, that this was simply, everything they did was legal. They actually did not bring the guns from the hotel into Washington that day. That they were there to perform security detail for pro-Trump supporters. Isn't that interesting? So they said that they had the guns in case Donald Trump invoked the Insurrection Act as part of his bid to stay in office, and that he would certify them to become sanctioned militia. Then they would go get their guns. I mean, the whole thing is just odd. So I'm going to kind of follow that. I may not talk about all of these trials every day because I know it gets confusing. But I just thought you would like to know that this other trial is going on in federal court. And the outcome should be quite interesting. These guys are facing some serious charges. Then, of course, you do know that the Nicholas Cruz case has resumed. And the prosecution is putting on their rebuttal case. They have put on a neuropsychiatrist. He's only one of like 7 in the world that have this particular board certification. Ugh, I washed my hair this morning and it's everywhere. And he had some interesting findings. So the jury was shown a videotape of him interviewing Nicholas Cruz, who said the reason he planned this massacre. Nicholas Cruz was the Parkland shooter. He went on Valentine's Day to Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, and he murdered 17 students and teachers and injured 17 others. And he had been planning this since middle school, according to this neuropsychiatrist and his interview, that he planned it for Valentine's Day because he didn't have anybody to love and nobody loved him. So he thought it would be appropriate to do it on Valentine's Day. He said he did extensive research of other mass murderers to learn their methods and their mistakes in the formulation of his own plan. Yeah. But the doctor said that, does he suffer from fetal alcohol? That maybe, there's no question that his mother drank a lot. But what he said is Nicholas can control his behavior. He just chooses not to because he has no regard for other people. And as evidence in support that he can control his behavior, the doctor cites the fact that he held a job at the Dollar Tree for 14 months with no incidents. none whatsoever. So he is able to conform his behavior. There are times when he chooses just not to. So I thought that was really interesting testimony, and that's, Nicholas Cruz has already pled guilty to over 70 counts of criminal activity, and this is the trial to determine his sentence. Will he get life in prison, or will he get the death penalty? So the other trial that I wanted to tell you about is the Darrell Brooks case. That is the Waukesha Christmas parade murders. He drove his SUV through the Waukesha Christmas parade up in Wisconsin and ended up killing 6 people and injuring many, many others. So he is charged with over 70 some counts of criminal activity and has decided to represent himself in the case. So they have started jury selection on Monday, yesterday, and the judge, because of his disruptions, had to recess and send out the panel that they were asking questions with, the potential jurors, had to send them out 11 times, 11 recesses on Monday. They ended at 6:30 p.m. But finally what happened yesterday was, because he was being so disruptive, she had him removed from the courtroom and put into a different courtroom where he could speak if she unmuted him. And apparently he was just throwing a fit. And so trial resumed this morning, Tuesday, with jury selection continuing. And the judge has said from now on she wants the prosecution to sit at their table and do their openings from the table and their examination of the witnesses from a sitting position, because she is not going to allow Darrell Brooks to get up and move about the courtroom. He is wearing a suit, but he's not allowed to move about the courtroom. And in fact, this morning at 9 a.m., she had already removed him into the other courtroom because he started disrupting again. And she said, the next time you do it, I'm removing you from the courtroom. So she did end up removing him from the courtroom. So he is in another courtroom. He can watch the proceedings. He can participate if he has something to say, if she unmutes him. So, like I said, it's a circus. I'm trying to check on my time. I'm using this new method of recording. I don't even know how to check on the time on this recording. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 30 minutes. I have no idea. Or I could not be recording at all. I don't know. I just want the sound to be better than it was yesterday, because the recording wasn't picking up the mic. I know I always have these issues. I don't know why. But so going back to this painting, I picked out some beautiful, I went through all my Aurora Borealis drills from Diamond Painting Drills. I get them in these, every month I get these containers. She'll have a special every month. So I save them, and then I go through them when I start a painting, and I decide, where do I want to put the ABs? So the cat's eyes, where's the cat's eyes? Right here. The cat's eyes right here are this beautiful blue color. So I thought I would use this glow-in-the-dark blue crystal. It's like a blue-green crystal. I don't even know if you can see it. There it is. Yeah, for the cat's eye. I think that'd be so cool. I was choosing between just a regular blue glow-in-the-dark or the crystal glow-in-the-dark. But this is more blue than green, and the eyes really are blue-green. So I think I'm going to go with the crystals. And then these are all the colors in the crystal ball. I don't know that I'm going to bling much other than that, except in the wand, I'm putting these beautiful gold accents inside the wand, in the middle of the wand. And then on the crystal ball, the outer edge of the crystal ball is supposed to be 3371, which is a brown. I am changing it to what's called a copper oxide. These are metallic drills, which gives it like this pink purple coloration, and I think that blends in really well with all the different purples that are going to be in this painting. So that's just a little insight into my thought processes last night. so I can continue doing the gold. So, yeah, kind of probably a short show for today, guys, because I got a late start on doing the show, filing for my unemployment this morning. I will be eligible for Social Security in December, so I need to go ahead and start that application process as well. But, okay, it is what it is. It's just, I don't know, I just hate doing that stuff. I read all that paperwork, and although the unemployment it wasn't so bad. But it's incredible the information they have about you. I had to answer these questions like, have you ever lived at this address, this address, this address, or this address? And one of the addresses was, of course, mine, but it was one that I lived at 10 years ago, maybe. I'm like, how did they know that? And have you ever worked for this place, this place, this place, or this place? And the employer that was on there that I had worked for was, again, like, 10 years ago. So just strange. Like, who told you that? Like, how tall are you on your driver's license? And I'm like, and then you have to choose from 4 different heights. And I'm like, really? And then I'm like, well, I'm not sure what I said on my driver's license. Because sometimes I do say I'm 5'10", and some people say that I'm 5'9". I think I've shrunk. That's what I think. So I always put 5'9". So my guess of 5'9" was correct. Well, yep. Anyway. So see what I'm doing with the wand? I don't know if you guys can see. Let me just kind of pull this up again. I'll turn the light pad off so you can see. All right. It's too, yeah. So inside the wand, I'm putting gold. It's just going to go up the wand on the inside. Yeah. And then all surrounding it will be that dark brown. I think it'll be pretty cool. But I have got to get to work. Yes. I can diamond paint later tonight. Also, I did not stream Disney's Dreamlight Valley last night because I was exhausted, and I just like, it was just one of those days where nothing seemed to go the way you think it should go. And I felt like I was just spinning my wheels. And then when I laid in bed, I thought to myself, yeah, I actually did accomplish quite a bit. But when you're in the thick of it, you're like, anyway, it's just me. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out my other channel, The Leftovers. And most importantly, do not forget the like button. He has felt very neglected lately. I made him go over to what's left of my Diamond Art Clubs, which there's plenty left, trust me, and straighten them out. And he was not happy with me. So please, let's everybody get your finger out. 1, 2, 3. Hit the like button. Yes. And then please subscribe if you enjoy the content. Also, if you're enjoying the content, please hit that share button and share it with somebody who you might think would enjoy listening to some true crime while they're doing some crafting, crochet, cross stitch, diamond painting, whatever it might be. And most importantly, hit all on the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime Daily. So I will see you guys tomorrow or tonight. I will stream Disney's Dreamlight Valley tonight. Since I didn't do it last night, I will do it tonight, 6:30 p.m. Central. I love you all. Please have a great day and take care. Bye.